Oh, good morning, all you lovely people. Welcome back to the Grumpy Old Git in the Corner on a Thursday that is quite bright, but getting cloudier. And even with the curtains drawn, so much bloody light in here, I don't know where it's coming from. These are supposed to be blackout curtains. But hey. But first of all, thanks to everybody that stuck with the live last night. We had a few technical issues going live. Between StreamYard and Chrome. I did use another search engine to get us up and running. I've pissed around with it this morning. Hopefully we should be good to go next time, but fingers crossed. It's the first issue I've had with it. So. But now, did anybody hear? Oh, I've got an alert there. Something or other went beep. I don't know what that was. His speech in Germany yesterday, where, as I said last night, he actually thanked the Ukraine for fighting for us and the rest of Europe.
In some detail today, because as Europe's largest contributors to Ukraine's war efforts, and as the nations with the highest defence expenditure among the European countries in NATO, we know only too well the debt we owe.
Debt? What fucking debt? We owe them fuck all.
To the Ukrainian people, who fight not just to defend themselves, but for the people and all the people across Europe.
I mean, what the fuck is that all about? He's not fighting for us. And again, he said he's working on deals with the Germans and his partners on trade and a deal on the channel paddlers. Yeah. Like, I can really believe that. I mean, 500 odd, over 500 came in Tuesday. I haven't seen the numbers on yesterday yet, but they are still coming, and nothing's stopping them. And he's got no intention of stopping them, no matter what he says. He's just like Roland. But with the trade talks, I mean, to me, that's a load of bollocks. Now, the EU is not going to allow him to make trade deals with Germany. Any trade deal is going to have to go through them. So what he's talking about there is bullshit, basically. I mean, how fucking dumb does he think the British public are to believe the shit that he says? Because I don't. And from the things I pointed out yesterday, he's the fucking one that's not seeing things. We're seeing them. He's not. He's such an arrogant prick. Well, you thought Roland was bad. Well, Roland ain't got a patch on this guy. Far from it. And the reports are coming out now. It was reported on yesterday, but I've only just caught up on the details of it. Yet again, in Dictator Khan's safer London streets, we've seen another murder with a sharp object. That's what the police like to call them. Sharp objects. With a 38-year-old being murdered with a machete. Now, all the reports are on social media and mainstream media that this guy was in a wheelchair. The only pictures I can find show an electric buggy. Not a wheelchair. But the reports are correct. Anthony Barnett was found with stab wounds from a machete after reports of a fight in East London. Once the police and ambulance got there, he was treated apparently, but died at the scene, unfortunately. Now, he was disabled. He'd lost a leg in a motorcycle accident back in 2007, hence the buggy, I expect. But as usual, the police are very, very sketchy on details of race, creed, colour of his attackers, any ideas why he was attacked. But they have arrested a 21-year-old and a 28-year-old connected with it. But as always now, they're holding back a lot of details rather than putting the public's mind at ease, saying what's happened and by who. They're holding it close to them chest. So we're going to have to make our own minds up. And once you do that, you start into the realms of misinformation, which gets you taken down everywhere. But now these things, they're escalating all over the country. There's a huge escalation of stabbings in towns, cities, even rural areas now. It's happening in. We're not seeing anything done about it other than an amnesty on knives, which ain't going to work, you know. I mean, criminals and villains don't hand in the tools of their trade. They don't give them up to the police willingly. So that's a waste of fucking time. And new laws in place on owning them. Now this will affect people like myself, who, when we're fishing, there's always a filleting knife in my box, which is used for cutting bait and filleting fish if we catch them, if we're keeping them. So it's only, as usual, the law-abiding citizens that will be affected by these laws they put in place. The criminals it doesn't affect. Same as when they brought in all the new gun laws. The criminals have still got guns. The only people that really lost them are legitimate licence holders. Some of them aren't always good, has been proved in the past, if you remember Plymouth. But they're more affected than the criminals, I'll say. But we can expect to hear more on this, obviously, with next Monday. Parliament resumes after the summer recess. People are saying it could get heated. Well, to start with, I don't think it will, because the opposition, the Tories, are too busy fighting amongst themselves over who's going to be their glorious leader for the next session. Not that they'll be able to do much anyway. I mean, the way Starmer's going on, it's like the fucking blitzkrieg through Germany and surrounding countries by the German army, and it's just moving very, very quickly. But there is a lot of opposition against him now, and not just by us. The voters that voted Labour, his own party members, and from people all around the world, heads of state, different countries. They've all condemned a lot of what he's doing. To me, he just comes across as one of these power-hungry supervillains that you used to see in DC Comics and shit. And hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll end up the same way as they used to. But I'm going to leave it there for today, folks. I don't want to go on too long. I am still tired from yesterday. My blood pressure has gone down a bit today. But we'll leave it there for now. But until the next one, as always, stay safe, stay strong, and just as I said yesterday, watch your backs. Don't put yourself in any situations where you could be at risk. Respects, guys.